good morning, good afternoon, wherever the geography you are from. Have a good day. Welcome to DevOps session or webinar session of what it means to your career when it comes to adopting DevOps. So my name is Chandra MR. I am certified DevOps, PMP, Prince2, ITIL expert, COBIT5, TPA lead assessor. At the same time, I am a practitioner related to ISO 20000, 27000 and 9001 practices for organizations. It has been 21 years in the industry now, so has implemented various solutions for organization, keeping this best practices in mind. So DevOps is also one such moment, so that we can understand what it is. So let us come to the background of this particular webinar, or background of why DevOps has come in. So what is the reason behind DevOps being adopted by many organizations across the industry? So typically, if you look at it, I think most of you would acknowledge this. A product life cycle would look like this. There is an introduction stage where you conceptualize and product inception happens. Then once it happens, that is evaluated for ROI, evaluated for its viability for organizations and for the customers. And at this stage, you will understand the high level requirement. You will understand the high level requirement of that particular product, or the requirement of a customer who is actually looking for the specific product or service. They'll capture and they'll agree at this stage. So as it move on, you design and create the specific product, and then develop, and it will be ready for deployment. So now this is a stage where you, from the conceptualization stage to actual realization of the product, it happens. Then once it is deployed, it is operational. Once it is operational, the actual product is seen by customer, actual service is experienced by customer. So from there it starts in terms of improving the product, in terms of making it better aligned to the customer's business requirement, and the functionality will also be improved based on the requirement of the customers. So it goes on. As it goes on, it reaches a stage where it gets saturated. That is the stage where products are retired, where it is no more viable. This is traditionally, all of us know, the life cycle of any product or a service. Now this creation is a journey from nothing to something, creation, and then you decline it. There is a life cycle. Now, what is the gap in this? There is a gap identified. The gap is in between dev and ops. Here mostly we are speaking about the required collaboration, required communication, required time to market, required speed in terms of bringing the product into the market, required speed in terms of enhancing the features, etc. So keeping that in mind, DevOps is being got into the stage where it evolved and still evolving. And many organizations adopted DevOps and brought in very good improvements, and not small improvements, a huge improvement. So then why? What is that gap? Why the gap is there? Which is called, there is a wall of confusion. What is that wall of confusion? Dev is focusing on doing more and more changes into the environment. So introduction of new modules, introduction of product to the environment, configuration changes, new module introduction, etc. So it is time driven, schedule driven projects which is being happening. At the same time, when product is introduced, ops with the limited information or limited capabilities related to that product, depending on the dev again, they seek for stability. Because of this, the ownership of ensuring the product is fulfilling the business requirement is missing. So this goes on, which has to be emphasized more, which has to be given importance. This confusion goes on. So this confusion is created because of the importance given by a dev and the importance what ops takes. We will see that what is that dev sees and ops sees in the actual real life scenarios. So this wall of confusion has to be eliminated, right? So why there is a wall of confusion? What dev sees, what is their perception? Dev sees more urgent date-driven projects, fragile code going into production because of the date-driven requirements, release with turbulent installs, longer release cycle to amortize cost of deployments, difficulty diagnosing why deployments are failing, senior and constrained ops resources have less time to fix process problem because they are not aware of it. They need to rediscover it. Backlog of infrastructure projects that could fix root cause and reduce costs. tension between dev and ops. This is what dev sees. Well, let us look at other ways. So what ops sees? So ops sees fragile application failing, difficulties identifying root cause, taking too long to restore services. So why are they taking too long to restore services? They are not better informed, or they are not given required information to work on that particular product or service whenever it has a deviation from its actual behavior. So unfinished planned project work because of the pressure from the customer or end user, it has been implemented in the environment, but ops does not know how to deal with it. Frustrated customer leaving, market share decreases, missed Wall Street projections, and empty promises to shareholders. It would look like, it is a scenario, it would lead to this, because of which operation is pressurized to ensure the product is more stable. So the what operation sees, what dev sees, according to their perception, the other side of the wall is always okay, they're enjoying. That's what it looks like. In reality, it is not. Now, how do you eliminate this wall of confusion? You have to bring in a balance between extreme focus on change versus stability. Otherwise, it will not become successful. Organization will be suffering. So what business wants us to be focused upon, and accordingly this balance has to be brought in. This is where the DevOps started. I think DevOps inception actually got triggered in the year 2007, and later it has been studied further. DevOps days were done across the globe. A lot of interactions, seminars were done, and DevOps is formed. Now is it at a mature stage fully? Yes, it is at certain stage, but it is still maturing. It is evolving. However, this thought process has been adopted in many unicorn organizations and they have become successful. To name them, for example, is Amazon, IBM, for example. Then what is DevOps? We understood why DevOps has brought in, what is the gap we have in the current industry practices. But what is this DevOps? So a lot of people will ask me the questions during the sessions telling that, is that a tool? Is that a process? Is that a best practice process like ITIL, PMP, Prince2? Is that a methodology? What is it? Let us look at it. So DevOps is a cultural and professional movement that stresses communication, collaboration, and integration between software developers and IT operation professionals. It is a cultural movement which needs to emphasize on the requirement of collaboration, integration, and communication between dev and ops. So today, as we say, wall of confusion is there between development and IT operations. So that has to be eliminated by bringing this collaboration and communication and integration, which leads to responding to accelerated demand for quality software product and services continuously. Acknowledges the interdependence of IT functions because they are well aware of what is being happening around. Recognize the need for cultural improvements. So one who recognize, yes, there has a requirement for improvement consciously and then adopt it. That culture is needed, that flexibility is needed, that willingness is needed. Supports and leverages agile, lean and ITSM practices. Traditionally, if you think, all of us were looking at waterfall methodology. So what is waterfall? Waterfall used to take the entire view of the products and has a stages, phases, which used to do creation of product or services. Now agile came in, which actually emphasized on quick succession, doing it on a quick succession with the sprints. Now agile is accepted practice for development. So focus of agile today is on development alone. But is that looking the specific product or services in a life cycle perspective of the product or service is the one difference. So to bring in that thought, it is also bringing out the collaboration and thought process of other best practices which is there in the industry. And today accepted practice is agile, lean and ITSM practice. ITSM stands for IT service management. So where you have more emphasis on improving on a continual basis, bringing out more speed into development and deployment and operations, and agile way of thinking in operations, and emphasizing quality from the date of inception, and looking at any product or service in a life cycle perspective as told in IT service management practices. So it encourages the use of automation with one team, one goal, which extends beyond dev and IT ops alone, which has to make sense for business. What value DevOps is looking to create? It is culture, automation, measurement, and sharing. There needs a change in culture. There needs a culture which enables less silos or no silos. If there should be collaboration, there should be sharing. Everything what you do has to be measured. When you measure, only you understand the performance. Insisting on it. Then bringing out more and more automation by recognizing the areas which actually has a repetitive, most frequently and simple tasks. And bringing out this automation part of it, development, deployment, testing, operations, etc. So more than anything else, DevOps is a cultural movement based on human and technical interactions to improve relationship and results. This is what the thought process. So today's confusion is DevOps is also look like other practice where I have a specific tool for DevOps I'll bring in. There is no specific tool for any best practices. It is the tool which suits the requirement of organization to build this culture, automation, measurement and sharing has to be recognized by the organization and adopted accordingly. What DevOps is not. You understood what is DevOps, but what it is not. It is not a simply combining development and operations team. It is not a separate function or a team which is established in between Dev and Ops to bring in collaboration. It is not that. It is not a specific tool, and it is not a one strategy for all to achieve the objective, and it is not automation alone. It is everything. You need tool, you need automation, you need a focused group which should ensure the DevOps movement in the organization while moving from the current culture to non-DevOps culture to DevOps culture. You need a specific focus group which makes sense to the organization or entity which is actually willing to bring in DevOps in their organization. So what is the goal when DevOps movement starts? What should be the goal? Better align IT responsiveness and capability to business needs. Produce smaller, more frequent software releases. Reduce effort and risk associated with software development, transition and operation. Improve time to market. Improve quality of code. Improve quality of software deployments. Reduce cost of product iterations and delays. Instill a culture of communication and collaboration. Improve productivity, improve visibility into IT requirement and process. Now looking at each of the lines, you may definitely ask a question which may come in your mind. What is that new English I am seeing in its goals? Every time I discuss ITSM, I speak about having a capability required for an organization as per the business needs. We speak about it. At the same time, we will also speak about software releases in agile methodologies, more frequent software releases. And at the same time, we speak about requirement of communication, time to market, collaboration. We keep speaking. But what is the difference? The difference here is the difference between speaking and doing. All these years, we kept saying, but we did not know how exactly it is required. So now since DevOps has been come in, it is a conscious effort will be put by organization and organization are putting towards it after seeing the benefits. The names I said, Amazon and IBM which I said, they are consciously acknowledged and adopted and they speak confidently today. We adopted DevOps and we see the benefits of it. So when you look at DevOps, don't look at it as a tool, don't look at it as English what is told here as the goals. It's about achieving these goals. And when I say I am moving towards DevOps, and that journey is not one day's journey. We were speaking about automation 10 years back. That automations has happened in many processes, but still that automation was not with the intention of having a cultural movement which brings in a collaboration, continuous flow of creation of a products and having any of your modules or software applications ready to deploy stage. So this is what the difference is. And this has to happen from every corner of organization, irrespective of the functions it is into. So what is the DevOps approach? So it's all about the way the people think, the way the people interact, the way the people work, the way they perceive about themselves, perceive about their colleagues, perceive about their managers, perceive about their organization, perceive about their own job role and their career progression. So people has to adopt a value which bring in a practice in organization which enables organization to take it to next level. Only then organization will become successful. This is the core value which core requirement for any organization to have a cultural movement to ensure organization goes in a direction and achieve those in a better way. Now what does it adopt? DevOps does not say bring in a new methodology. Instead, DevOps says understand the best practices properly and have a collaboration. We speak about quality, we speak about project management, we speak about service management, we speak about quality, various things we speak. But are we doing it consciously? Are we bringing out the collaboration there? Are we seeing the value what we needed by bringing everything together? So successful DevOps relies on adoption and integration of multiple framework and methodologies which fits into that environment to bring in that specific outcome what is needed by organization. So DevOps speaks about continuous development and continuous delivery, where you are making application to be ready for deployment always, which means you are foreseeing the future of the specific product or services proactively, and then you're making it ready today. So once it is making it ready today, you can also make it modification required to adopt when you are actually releasing it. So more and more informed team, more and more aware team is always ready to do the things differently and bring that value to the system. That's why it says continuous business planning, collaborative development. What is that collaboration speaking about? Dev and Ops collaboration. When that collaboration happens, development is actually coming to know the dynamics in operations, and at the same time operation which never involves in terms of why this product is made and how it has been created, it's coming back and understanding what happens in dev and they're sharing with each other. That's where collaborative development happens. Then continuous testing, continuous release and deployment, and this continuous release and deployment happens because already that path is defined. You have brought in automation, more and more automation consciously. Then continuous monitoring to improve things, continuous customer feedback and optimization. Sometimes you go to customer, deploy in a production environment, learn it and bring back feedback, which would bring in a product in a better way, which makes sense to the customer and make business successful. So there it's a continuous flow from left to right. There it's a continuous flow from right to left, and left to right when I say from creation to production. Then right to left when I say production back to development. Now in between there is a continuous learning which is happening by testing it rigorously every stage and introducing new models and introducing automation and using the right tools. So Jin Kim, so who is actually a writer of a book called Phoenix Project, who spoke about DevOps, and he's also a DevOps specialist. He brought out this philosophy which says central to DevOps philosophy is a recurring flow of small releases facilitated by automated configuration, test and closer collaboration between developers and operations people. So here we're speaking about DevOps. What is happening? From dev to ops, you have automated testing. That is from dev to ops, you have automated tests and automated configuration. From ops to dev, there is a continuous monitoring and feedback, collaborative development and continuous integration. So here I will take an example which I myself come across maybe last year I am speaking about. This is about an automobile organization who has an IT supporting that organization for business. Now dealer management system is one of the applications which has to be enhanced based on the dynamics of the market, and they were struggling because of the application which is not being working. Now we brought in this concept of DevOps there. What happened? The moment they learned there needs a collaboration of dev and ops. How to collaborate and why to collaborate is the immediate question which has come in. So why to collaborate had a multiple list of things which gave an impression, which gave a clarity that dev is not even aware of the real life scenario, real environment scenario. Similarly, ops does not have a clue about what it takes for development to bring out a product. And they also used to struggle coordinating with dev to take up the specific incident which occurs. It used to delay. And that was a business impact. For example, you go and book a vehicle, maybe two-wheeler, maybe car or any vehicle. Now if you as a customer, when your booking or your test drive request is delayed, you may not go and buy the specific vehicle from that particular dealer. You may go to a different dealer or a different brand itself, because that is a brand image. So this movement brought in the clarity of collaboration needed, the amount of communication has to happen, and they created it. And I was an active part of it, because since I consult many organizations, I was an active part of this movement, and it was a huge success. The number of customers, the number of transactions, which were say today X value, it is increased to 1000 into X. That is a change which has happened, and application became quickly capable of handling such and anticipate and predict what can be done in the next stage. This is what I have seen, and this is a classic example I give for. I can take it confidently because I have seen this and I have handled it myself. Through this philosophy of continuous collaboration, continuous communication, closest collaboration with dev and ops, understanding actual market dynamics by dev and ops understanding dev dynamics at the same time, business direction, things can move in a required direction for organization. Now collaboration requirement, communication collaboration requirement, mainly we need in development, operation and QA, and it is not limited to that. So that's why we come across 3 best practices, that is Agile, Lean and ITSM. So ITSM best practices, today what we have is ITIL. For Lean we have Six Sigma and many quality practices like Kaizen. You can adopt anything which makes sense to your organization when it comes to that, but collaboration, integration is very important and that process has to be there. Agile like Scrum, you can adopt any of Agile methodology which makes sense to your organization, but idea is to bring in that collaboration and bring that continuous delivery and deployment which has to happen in an organization for its success in the business to compete in this competitive dynamic environment. Now finally, what Forrester Research says, without good interpersonal harmony, your business cannot adapt to changes in competitive landscape. And this is the outcome of a research from Forrester Research. Now question here is, we understood what is DevOps. We understood why it has come out. But what is there for me when it comes to my career? How it makes sense to my career and what is the direction I need to take? I am a developer. So should I learn DevOps and become something? Okay, I am a test engineer. How DevOps would help me? I am a data center facility management personnel. I am an infrastructure personnel. So all this is an IT, infrastructure, application, everything falls under IT. So what is there in it for me? What is there in it from DevOps for me? Where is my career going towards? What is the change would happen in my career? That we need to understand. That would actually bring in more clarity, and that is the requirement of any professional to grow in their career and contribute to their organization, contribute to themselves. So what is this career perspective when it comes to DevOps? There is popular nomenclature called DevOps engineer which is used on a regular basis, but is it a new job role? That we need to have a clarity. Answer is, there is no industry recognized job description or formal career track for DevOps engineer. Now keep in mind, this doesn't mean that your career is not going in any other direction. This is emphasizing on the point you have a skill and you should sharpen that skill on a continual basis. You should continuously learn. Then individuals who fill this role may be developers interested in deployment and system administrators who are interested in scripting and coding. Here we are speaking about cross-skilling, and remember, cross-skilling is not a new word what we are using. It is used with many organizations many a times, but how consciously this is used, and is that related to business direction, is that linked to business requirement? That is the missing link. So you should have a people who adopt, who are flexible and make sense to the organization being part of that organization. So general characteristics include, for a person who involves in the entity of DevOps, has to contribute his technical talent to the business and process improvement initiatives proactively, and should be comfortable collaborating with others, and there is no silo thinking expected. That doesn't make sense. Wants to be in the workplace that promotes shared culture. Willingly the person should be there in the workplace that promotes shared culture. This is what the willingness, this is what the adoption, this is what the flexibility, adopting the changing business requirement, adopting the technical changes which is happening, continuously learning. This should be the attitude, and that has to be demonstrated consciously without even bringing out the thought of silos. I learned it, I'm contributing to the next person there. That has to happen on a continual basis. Knowledge sharing should happen. So DevOps is not a new job role. It is a better way of doing things and achieve better results on continual basis. So now how do you do that? What is in it for me as a professional? Yes, I heard this many a times, and how can I adopt? So remember, without a commitment from management, without a conscious movement initiated by management, DevOps cannot happen. So DevOps has to happen from all the corners in the organization. And what it is there, for example, speak about Google. Google also has adopted DevOps. And look at the way the culture Google has by adopting DevOps. If someone has seen Google, they can see it. I have seen it. Same thing I have seen Amazon very closely. IBM I have not seen closely, but I have heard about it. So what is that in it for you? Members of the teams that adopt DevOps culture lead a more balanced life, spend more time on automation and infrastructure improvement and automation, bringing more better quality outcome on a continual basis will be the motto, will be the thought process. Spend less time fighting fires. I am not reactive, I am more proactive. Then this will lead towards looking at what is that a typical DevOps oriented teams looks like. They spend more time doing positive or neutral tasks. They automate repetitive tasks. They bring in improvement to infrastructure and applications. They educate themselves on continual basis. Actively learn. So that will become an organization which is leading towards the success, achieving their goals. So you as an individual become aware of organization's vision and mission and direction proactively. I will not name the organization. It's about 1 month back. I was conducting one of the best practices sessions, and not a DevOps, some other topic. When I just asked the question, what is the vision, mission and direction of organization, they had no clue. And this particular group of group members are the one who are actually the leadership layer, who are about to influence the thought process within the organization and handle the next level organization to the direction required by organization. So when they don't know consciously vision, mission and direction of organization, where is that organization would lead towards? This is because they are very reactive. And this I have evidenced in not in one organization, most of the organization. I come across that. And please improve cross-skill knowledge of tools and technology on continuous basis. The tool may be there in the organization, tool may not be there. Better your verbal and non-verbal communications. Appreciate the feedbacks and acknowledge accordingly. Have least anti-silo thinking. This is one of the biggest threat in the organization. What happens if I share the knowledge with someone? What happens if I do it this way? What happens if I share the secret of doing certain way of things? The moment that contribution stops, things will not fall in place. So have this attitudes, adoption, culture, automatically things change in the organization, which is very essential. Cooperate and collaborate. And now I cooperate, but my colleague doesn't cooperate. I cooperate, my manager doesn't cooperate. So there is a challenge. What is there for long and will be there throughout. But this will become successful only when organization comes forward and say we need to do it. And who can make it happen? You. Everyone in the organization who can make it happen, who has to come forward. What Warner Vogel says, who is from Amazon, the traditional model is that you take your software to the wall that separates development and operations. The traditional model is that you take your software to the wall that separates development and operations and throw it over and forget about it. This is what a traditional model, but it is not at Amazon. What Amazon looks at, you build it, you run it. This is the culture Amazon adopts. So why it adopts? This brings developers into contact with the day-to-day operations of their software. It also brings them into day-to-day contact with customers. When developers are in connection with customer, they understand the customer's pain. When operations are in close association with devs, they understand the dynamics there and contribute there as well. And all of them are aware. The dependency is gone. Individual's dependency is gone. Customer is happy. Customer is benefited because dev and ops are together collaborated in such a way that outcome which is coming out the way customer needs. So there is a saying, don't give me what you have, give me what I want, which is a critical thought process to be enabled in every individual in organization to make it a successful organization. So final word, it's all about you. DevOps principles and practices affect organization culture. Culture change and continuous improvement cannot happen without the support of people like you. So take action. Take action to transform from non-DevOps environment where there is no collaboration, more silos, towards DevOps environment where there is better collaboration and no silos. And with this, I think I would end the webinar and open up the questionnaires. Please let me know if you have any questions and queries so that I can clarify. So that you can better adopt the DevOps and take it forward. So I'll just look at the chat. Or otherwise, what I'll do is there are 47 attendees. May be difficult to unmute everyone and listen to the questions. Let me look at in the chat window if there are any question asked. So then I will move towards next. So chart, okay, questions. Don't we feel this integrated DAMIC approach for lean time for project management? Yes, lean is very well appreciated and DevOps says please adopt that particular thing. That's why we saw the 3 best practices related to any organization which has to be adopted for its success. We saw was one is ITSM, that is ITL, DAMIC, it's a Six Sigma approach what you're bringing in, that is lean methodologies anyway. Similarly, agile. So bring in the collaboration of all these 3 rather than being in a separate silos. That is the idea. So Pawan has a question, how DevOps fit into agile and other dev methodologies? DevOps does not fit into agile. DevOps says bring in more agility into entire product life cycle, not just for development. So DevOps is no different than any best practices. Instead, DevOps looking product lifecycle or service lifecycle as a whole and bringing out the collaboration in terms of agility, in terms of quality, in terms of service management practices, in terms of operations, in terms of making business successful. Now, next question is, will you get the copy of the slides? I think you should ask the coordinator from Simplon, write a mail or click help and support and just ask the question so that if there is a possibility they would share it with you. Then is there a standard certification for DevOps? If yes, please let me know on the same. So DevOps Foundation is a certification offered, and this DevOps is owned by an institute called DevOps Institute, who authorizes the institutes like Simplilearn to conduct training and to provide certification examination. So Simplilearn is training provider as well as an examination provider also. You can get trained by Simplilearn and also book exam with Simplilearn for DevOps Foundation. So currently offered certification is at foundation level, that is DevOps Foundation. So is there any industry certification for DevOps? I think I answered this. I see it raises scariness for QA as there will be no more QA vertical separately when DevOps. What's your experience? So this is what typical fear people has. In the last session, one person asked me, I heard the moment DevOps comes up, are we going to lose the job? Now tell me, if I look at from the day I started my profession, unless there is a specific scenario, like what happened in I think 2009, there was no other scenario, or in 99 or 2000 there was a dot-com burst. So other than such significant thing, there was no job losing happened. Nobody lost a job. When you adopt new way of doing things, it is insisting you to learn more and more proactively and keep contributing to organization. So that will ensure your sustenance. And it is not sustenance. You are commanding over your own ability and capability and challenging yourself and moving forward, which has a space for you in the industry and organization. And organization needs such people, such capable people, and the people who have such attitude. Organization is that. Okay, in Agile project, we perform all these DevOps goals. So how does DevOps add value? That's what I mentioned. Agile, you do it focusing on development alone. But in DevOps, you're not focusing only on development part of it. You're focusing on the entire life cycle of product or services to bring in that, by bringing that collaboration of Agile, Lean and ITSM practices. Simplilearn gives a certificate for individuals who undergo the training. And I think newly Simplilearn has come up with the policy that to enable individuals to learn, to support them to the implementation, so that you need to implement this somewhere and showcase the practice what you have done, and the Simplilearn will issue a certificate related to the topic you have learned. So how do we know more details of DevOps? What are the certifications involved? The certification is DevOps Foundation, and that is the currently offered certification for DevOps. With the product life getting low and low nowadays, how apt is to use of DevOps? So that is the reason DevOps came up, because the life cycle, the life of products are not too long, quicker changes is happening. DevOps has come in to address it. So are there any different roles in DevOps, like how Scrum has Scrum Master, or these specified roles in the DevOps? That's why I think I explained in the last slides, there is no specific role as such. Individual has to adopt that thought and has to see, anything you do, there should be an ownership and accountability. That accountability is missing, nothing can move forward. So this accountability has to be brought in by assigned individuals for that particular cultural movement. Once cultural movement is in place, it is everybody's job to adopt that culture and move on, supporting each other. Okay, I'm into test management, working in United Kingdom. How DevOps Foundation certificate will add value to my profile? So any best practices knowledge like DevOps again will evidence, because I will tell you one thing about certification because of this question. I never appreciated certifications throughout my life until I come across a customer who made one statement. We were an organization, I was heading the delivery division there. who has done a fantastic job in many projects and services. Now customer wanted us because of the way we do things, but customer said I cannot select you because my corporate expects the individual in your entity to be certified in any of the best practices like ITL, PMP, Prince2, Agile, etc. Now that made me realize a certification brings in a value, a brand value, telling that yes, I have undergone this knowledge and I know it consciously. So that will create a platform. So for you, when you undergo DevOps, it will create a platform for the individuals in the industry to look at you. And how you perform is another point which you need to enable yourself and demonstrate it. But certification enables you to go to that particular platform. So that is the value of any certificate, best practice certificate. So next question, I feel DevOps will help for operations and they will be happy. While in this mode, I would guess quality compromise unknowingly. How to ensure this doesn't happen when in DevOps? Yes, you're right. Okay, I'm into QA and in my organization I have to step up my environment wherein we have to set up the DB server and WebLogic server and all. Does the quality me for DevOps kind of a role? No, I did not get this question. This was asked by Abhishek. I'm into QA and in my organization have to set up my environment wherein we have to set up the database server and the WebLogic server and all. Does this quality me for DevOps kind of a role? The last part is very difficult for me to understand, Abhishek. If you want to repost it, please repost it so that I can understand and answer. Okay, so then I'll move to the next question if any questions are there. I think that's all the questions are. So Madhura says you did not answer my questions. What was your question, Madhura? You explained it yourself. Let me look at it again. I feel DevOps will help for operations and they will be happy. Okay. While in this mode, I could guess quality compromise unknowingly. Okay. How to ensure this doesn't happen when DevOps? Okay. You are saying DevOps thought will apply for quality and unknowingly there is a compromising of quality. The very nature, the very requirement of DevOps is to have Dev and Ops, both of them come together, educate themselves, become aware of both other side of the story and cooperate and contribute to each other. And here consciously you say quality is going off and you're seeing it, seeing and saying here, which means you are aware of it, quality is compromised. And why that quality is compromised? That is the questions to be answered. Why the quality is compromised? And that has to be addressed. And is that because of there is proper knowledge transfer to the operations, or operation is not aware of anything, what it is? And there is another confusion or wrong understanding. DevOps is for operations. It is not. DevOps is for everyone. Okay, there is another golden circle, the golden rule we speaks about, which says anything you do, first ask the question why. Unless you ask the question why, your action does not make sense. So the moment you answer why, your action is towards that why by answering next questions, how and what. Why am I doing this? To achieve something. Okay, how will I achieve it? What should I do to achieve it? Will come afterwards. But the very reason, the why, if you don't answer, however you have how many number of answers for what and how does not make sense. So it is very important to first to answer why. Now DevOps also, what is a DevOps and why do I need DevOps in my organization? That you need to understand. Why DevOps? That's the reason I explained you first. All of us know product lifecycle, all of us know development, all of us know testing, all of us know operations, but the gap exists. To fill the gap, to reduce the gap, we need DevOps way of thinking. Okay, how to ensure quality does not compromise in DevOps? So there is a business direction. If business says I can compromise this to at this level, that is the agreed level of quality. Once it is agreed, there is no look back. It has to be achieved. Okay, this is for product development, how it is useful for product support. So product development is dev part of it. I think this is Swapnil's question. So Swapnil, answering your question, product development is a dev part of DevOps and product support is ops part of DevOps. Here speaking about have a collaboration with the both and bring out the result which is needed for the business. Okay, which is next question from Durga P. Durga P, which is a question. Do you think agile methodology and DevOps go in hand to hand? Our management planning to implement agile and also DevOps, how does it go well with agile? Okay, Durga, to answer your question, it is not the implementation of agile and DevOps. Agile thought process, what you do in development by adopting agile in development, bring out that similar thought process throughout the product lifecycle. Bring in agile, lean, ITSM practices across the product lifecycle. So today's best way of doing things which is realized is agile methodologies, and agile is within DevOps, and it is not limited to product development, it is across. I hope you got the clarity, Durga. Okay, thanks Madhav. Was the DevOps applicable to maintenance as well or just for development projects? It's for entire product lifecycle or service lifecycle, Madhav. That's what I just explained for Durga. Okay, so any more questions? I'll be there for next 5 minutes. So please let me know if any questions I can answer before I conclude the session. Okay, Faizan. As DevOps implements principles from Agile in ITL, what are the core values and principles of DevOps? So core values I showed, CAMS, what we discussed, culture, automation, measurement and sharing. This is the core value of DevOps, and that has to be kept in mind while doing it. Is it clear, Faizan? We discussed that core values when we actually went through the webinar, went through the session. It's about required culture for organization, which is collaboration, communication, integration required across. It's about bringing in automation. It's about bringing in that measurement culture. Whatever I do, I'm going to measure. There is no second thought about it. And last one which we discussed about is sharing, consciously sharing and bringing up the people around me. When people around me are well aware of, I am also lifted further. All right, thank you so much for the participation, and I wish all the success for your learning requirement. Please be in touch with us and have a wonderful learning experience for yourself. Keep learning, keep growing, and have a wonderful week ahead.